Hey there, boys and ghouls. Today is Tuesday, the 7th of February, 2017. This is my Monday vlog on a Tuesday. I'm going to be talking about bad days, because, gosh darn, we all have them. The truth about anything creative is this. Nobody gives a shit except for you. I know your mother might say she loves you, I know your father might be supportive, your spouse, your whoever it is, but in the real world, no one gives a shit whether you finish, except for you. You are the only person who's going to drive this thing to the end. You're the only person who's going to put in the late nights, the early mornings, the everything else that goes with it. With that in mind, are you going to continue? Okay, so here's the thing, right? I've got my new microphone, which I think if I wobble a little bit, oh, there you go. You can see it on the bottom there. Got a little tweaking to do still, but I think it'll all work out. I had a pretty bad day's writing yesterday, and by a day's writing, I mean just a day in general. I woke up in that kind of frame of mind and spent the whole day just trying to get myself out of the funk, and pretty much didn't manage to do anything of any actual consequence. I felt overwhelmed. I'm just not very sharp. So, long story short, I got to about 2:30, about half 2 yesterday afternoon before I actually realized what was really going on there. And I turned the computer off. I closed the door to the office and I went away to the TV to read, to whatever it was. I just needed to go and do something that should fly. Something that wasn't work. Something that didn't feel like I had to do it. This runs contrary to all the work and writing advice that anybody will give you, so disregard it if you like, because you'll have guys like kind of Stephen King, etc. give you the honest truth, which is that writer's blocks for noobs. It doesn't exist. And I was listening to this on another podcast just a little bit earlier in the day, just trying to get myself a little bit more psyched. And mechanics don't turn up and say to you, hey, yeah, I'd fix your car, but I kind of got mechanics block. The ways I deal with when I'm feeling this kind of funk are a couple of different ways. First point of call is I stand up, turn the computer off, unplug everything, shut it down as if it was me starting the day all over fresh. So I'll shut it down, I'll go put the kettle on, come back with a cup of tea, open the computer up, and the bonus of this is that you basically end up shutting down all these tabs and the shit that you're browsing, and stuff that doesn't actually matter. And that kind of works out. So the other option is physical exercise, always a good plan. So if you're really, really stumped in it, go and do something completely different. You stand up, you leave the area that you work. But I mean, like, I'll get up and I'll do some press-ups, or I'll go and do pull-ups, or lift some weights, or just do something physical to get the blood pumping through your brain and get that fresh oxygen happening. And it helps. It does help. But even going for a walk, leaving the desk, going out, getting some oxygen, being in the trees, breathing some good air. Also, you need enough sleep. So if you're not getting enough sleep, make sure you're getting enough sleep, because this is it's a fine-tuned, well, it might not be fine-tuned, mine's not fine-tuned, but it's supposed to be a fine-tuned implement that crafts sentences and cuts away words. And God, this feels like a writing video, doesn't it? I didn't want to make writing videos. So I'm going to cut this short. Just to recap, you can get up, turn the computer off, walk away, go do something else for 10-15 minutes. Change your mental state in your approach to whatever's going on. Number 2, similar story, go and do something exercise-wise, even 10-20 minutes, whatever. Do 30 press-ups, do a bunch of sit-ups, go on the exercise bike, whatever it is. Just get your blood pumping. Even get up, have a shower, change your clothes, sit back down, and basically end up there in the state. The other thing I'll do, and this works for me most of the time because I've got mental gremlins that are kind of trippy, and they all the kind of loopiness of loopy people, I get up and I'll take my kit, and if I can go and work in a cafe somewhere, that is what I'll do. It gives me kind of a little bit of a distraction around me, as in there are people, there's movement, so I don't feel like I'm alone, because the isolation of being in an office can start kind of messing with your brain a bit. So I'll go and I'll sit in a cafe somewhere and just put my headphones in, the bustle around me, and I just get into the mode. And once I'm in the mood for working, I can pack up and go home and continue until the cows come home. And that's a good place to get it. Songs, music's amazing. I've got a real problem with music because all the stuff I like listening to has got lyrics. I'm living on this kind of endless quest to find epic music, kind of stuff that pounds and moves forward. I think it's Two Steps from Hell are pretty decent for that. Raymond Djawadi, I think he's most known for his theme tune that he wrote for Game of Thrones, but his other kind of movie soundtrack albums are fantastic for that. They pound, they move forward. There's no lyrics. I love lyrics, but they just distract me. And if I'm writing with something with lyrics, I need to know the music backwards so that it's not distracting me and I'm not thinking about the words while I'm trying to edit, or I'm trying to get words down, or I'm trying to whatever it is. But I'll have a couple of songs. Sometimes I'll listen to the same song on loop for an hour or two, in fact, because it just kind of, there's the feel of it. It gets me psyched. It gets me interested, and the momentum carries me through my session. But rule number 1 of a productive day, and this goes for anything, if it's writing or art or just work in general, don't turn on the fucking TV. Leave the TV off. The best thing you can do, take a blanket, a sheet, or whatever it is, and put it over your fucking TV. That's it. It's tough for a couple of days. You'll be dicking around your cell phone and stuff like that. But I promise you, once you get to kind of 2-3 days without it, you'll find that the quality of your relationships, the quality of everything around you changes. Your relationship with yourself changes. Because most of the time, when you turn on that bloody box, you're just turning it on to kill time. That's it. And you'll catch yourself. It's really quite scary when you realize it. You ask yourself, gee, what am I doing sitting here watching this piece of shit show that I really don't care about? Oh yes, I'm relaxing. And that's a pretty dangerous place to be. So, that all said, I had a bad day yesterday. I'm sure you'll have a bad day at some point, and I apologize in advance because it's not my fault. It's your fault, You do you, I'll do me. It's the way it is. You'll live. On that note, I'm going to leave you guys for this other week. I don't think I'm going to do many of these writing style videos because why? Because I know fuck all about writing. You need to be listening to people like Christy Stratos, or you need to be checking out the self-publishing podcast, or any of the other ones. There are just so many guys who know what the fuck they're talking about, and I'm some jackass in a pumpkin shirt, I don't know squat. I'm making this stuff up as I go along, and I'm faking it like the rest of you guys. So, hope you guys have a good week. My name's Mike Pilgrim, and if you want to come and hang out, you can come visit me at mikepilgrim.com. That's mykpilgrim.com, or you can tweet me at mikepilgrim on Twitter. All the links are in the doobly-doo. You guys have a good week, and I will see you later.